Nearly a year ago, I made this video where I explained how the cosmology of the Doom franchise works, bringing it all the way to Outerversal with the Void. Despite being the very foundation of the entire cosmology and power system, essence is not that well known. So, today we will take a look at it and its ramifications. What is essence? It is the essence of an entity's very being. Essence is the very substance or essence of life, being the cause of and driver of the same. This life essence flows throughout a composite being's physical form and powers their attacks. We now have a proper understanding on what essence is, that being the very building blocks of a being's existence. But what exactly does it encompass? For starters, the Seraphs explicitly tell us that essence encompasses the memory, intelligence, will, mind, and essential nature of a being's consciousness. But wait, isn't this the description of life spheres? It turns out that life spheres are condensed essence, as seen in the case of the Father. As stated by Samuel Hayden, essence intrinsically encompasses the soul.
This is raw, argent energy. The suffering on earth, the bloodshed, all of it. For this. Once the soul is extracted, the husk of the human body will over time transform into the demons you fight now. The extracted soul that remains will power their world. The essence of hell.
Throughout the series, the words essence and soul tend to be used interchangeably, further cementing the aforementioned statement. Thus, essence doesn't just encompass and potentiate the soul of a being, but also their mind, their memory, their existence, their all-encompassing concept and their life. As we have previously seen, the statement about life spheres isn't just saying that essence contains the mind of a being, but also that it contains the essential nature of their mind, along with other abstract things like their memories and intelligence. This actually goes along with these other statements, suggesting that to manipulate the essence of a being, the Seraphs need to manipulate the very nature of mind and creation itself, utilizing its fundamental energies. The word essence is even used to reference abstract things like mortal suffering. This notion that essence has dominion over existence itself is solidified by the fact that universes in Doom have souls, even realms like Urdak and Hell. Wraith energy, which is the essence of the elemental wraiths, can manipulate space itself, further cementing the idea of essence being something that governs reality as a whole. The essence of universes has the additional ability to encompass and potentiate dimensions and dimensionality, as seen with hell, laws, possibilities, etc., as covered in my cosmology video, and qualitative superiorities, as seen with the implicate order and its fictitious projection, known as the explicate order or regular material world. As previously mentioned, essence encompasses the strength and abilities of a being. Taking the case of Doom Guy, we know from Hugo Martin that he was an unawakened or dormant primeval, who then became a fully fledged primeval and gained a truly massive power boost when he was infused with a shard of Davoth's essence, along with a whole host of abilities.
I think that he thought that he could beat the Slayer. You know, he can't control the Slayer. And also, like, he didn't make the Slayer. He unlocked the Slayer's potential. I think he knows more about who the Slayer is than the Slayer ever did. You know, the Doom Guy was born on Earth, and I don't think Doom Guy knew who he was or what his potential. It's kind of like Neo, you know, like that Neo doesn't really realize his potential until he meets Morpheus. And in this case, in a sense, like Davoth plays the role of Morpheus. Only, you know, I think he thought that he could control him and that he could ultimately, that he would just wreck shop and Davoth would be able to control him in the end, but of course he can't.
Similarly, when unwillingly infused with the Father's essence, Samur Maker demonstrated abilities only the Father was said to have had, such as the control and reshaping of Urdak and the creation of essence. Furthermore, Samur and other Seraphs are bound to the Father's will and, once winged through all of endless creation, to do his bidding. After the Battle of Isoncast, the Father stripped them of their wings, and we can see that after even 3 great ages, Samur still lacks his wings despite having access to Maker, Hell, and Wraith essence and technology, not to mention the very engines of creation that remain under the control of him and his kin. Only when he is infused with the Father's essence do we see him regain his wings, which confirms that his access to the Father's immutable and immeasurable essence has given the Seraphim his, God's, power.
Your reckless mission ends now.
Both the Father and the tainted prophecy state that without a physical form, an entity is powerless. The Father also states that gaining a physical form rejoined to his life sphere would restore him to his full faculties.
It is clear that I am what was known as the Father. While I have indefinite access and understanding of this world's systems, I lack the control over them necessary to remove the demons and reseal the void. Without a physical form, I am merely a presence. I have no recollection of myself. I believe my essence from the sphere could return me to my full faculties.
The physical form is thereby just a vessel through which the true power of such an entity's essence can be wielded. Wraith essence and Maker magic both fall under this umbrella. An individual's essence can vary in how powerful it is. In the Book of Seraphs, it is said that only the most powerful, godlike, indomitable minds can survive things like having their essence fused into a life sphere or corporal resurrection. This includes beings like Gewz, the Father, and the Khan Maker. Furthermore, the act of returning a life sphere to a physical vessel and the essence manipulation used to do so require the Seraphs to call on the engines of creation to harness the power of the void itself, an apophatic and ineffable realm fundamentally superior to and predating all of creation, including hell. This serves to highlight how resistant the essence of higher beings is. Affecting even the essence of human souls requires the actions of elemental wraiths, demons, makers, and their essences, with no physical actions of any kind being able to do so. The lowest of essence is still, at the very least in part, a limited Type 1 concept independent of the physical form. The essence of a primeval like Gewz is fundamentally different from that of the rest. He, and by extension his essence, extends to absolutely everything in the Doom cosmology. All of creation is but an absolute extension of his power and will, two facets of his essence.
It's actually a really interesting question, and it's going to be answered in DLC 2 in more depth, but I can say it is an absolute extension of the Dark Lord.
Ooh, I love it. I love it. So we ended up getting some hints out there. I like
Easter
that.
egg.
Okay.
That might not be. What else is an extension of the Dark Lord's power?
Ooh.
That's the question. I want to see some videos theorized. That's a big hint. And when you watch DLC 2, you're going to know what that means. So it's actually pretty.
Despite its intrinsic role throughout creation, Gewz's essence exists independently from everything else, as he predates not just creation, but the void itself. Now that we have covered the base of the building, which is the power system of Doom, future videos will address the different kinds of powers in the franchise, down to their history and origin. Like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video and are interested in more Doom content, especially now that Doom, the Dark Ages, is coming. As always, thank you for watching.